Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really excited to kick off this Bandwango webinar series, really focused on the new product. Wanted to do just a quick round of introductions here. Brandy Larrick has joined us today from the Charlotte Regional Visitors Authority. Brandy is the Destination Advertising and Product Sales Representative, and we very much appreciate her joining us on this call today. My name is Mo Parikh. I'm the founder and CEO of Bandwango. And like I said, this is the first of many of our Experience Builder product series. And so today we're going to be focused on going through a pass build process with you. We're going to have Brandy actually drive and then show us how she actually built a pass within the system. So Brandy, thank you again for joining us. I sincerely appreciate it.
All right, great. Well, thank you, Mo, for having me today. I'm excited to talk to everybody about the CRVA's Bandwango passes that we've done in the last 2 years. We launched our first pass back, I think it was about 2 summers ago. We launched a brewery pass in town that encouraged the user would sign up for this pass and they get a $10 voucher to various breweries around town. And they could buy a 1 or a 3-day pass, and it really helped us kind of set up Charlotte as a destination for brewery travel and kind of set up an itinerary for people, and also even for locals so that they don't just go to their neighborhood brewery. It kind of gets them out into the community, checking out new places. We also launched an attraction pass, which is a 1 and a 2-day paid pass where you could buy, when you buy the pass one time, you can go to as many attractions as you can, and during that time period. This was a really big win for me personally because when I started at the CRVA back in 2008, I was tasked with finding a way to get an attraction pass in the city, and we tried every which way to get a vendor to do an attraction pass for us. City Pass said we weren't big enough. There were a couple small companies, but it was really cumbersome and would be a lot of work on our end to kind of handle the accounting side of it. And so it's just something that never happened for us. So when Bandwango came along with this product that allowed us to kind of take it into our own hands and do it, and then give them all of the kind of difficult back end accounting part of it and the logistics of it, it was a really big win for us. So we have a 1 and 2-day attraction pass that we run year round. We've done a few free passes. This past summer, we did a summer savings pass that was for locals and visitors, so anybody could download this summer savings pass on their mobile device and check out different places in the city and get discounts. It really served as a summer bucket list for folks, and we put a lot of advertising behind it, and it was very successful. And then we moved our Show Your Badge program, which I'm sure a lot of DMOs are familiar with, where a convention or meeting attendee would show their convention badge to a restaurant or an attraction in town and get a discount. We moved that to the Bandwango platform. And so this is an evergreen pass that meeting and convention attendees can download with a QR code and then easily go out into the community and get discounts. And then we've done a few gamified passes. So last year in October, we did a craft beer month passport, which was gamified, where there were no discounts attached to it, but folks could go out into the community, into the different breweries, check in, earn points, and then right there within their mobile device, they could redeem those points for prizes like a free pint glass or a free t-shirt. And it's all very turnkey and great. And then we did a Black-owned business passport back in last February, kind of the same thing, driving visitors and locals to Black-owned businesses within our town. And then if they check in, they get the points, and then right within the passport, they could get a t-shirt sent to their house. And our most recent success was the Pride Pass that we just did in August. And this was a week-long passport. We worked directly with our local Pride organization. We had, this was the first pass we built ourselves. It was a massive undertaking at first, but then once we got a hang of it, it was great to be able to have the control to go in and make changes. And, everybody doesn't send you all the information, up front. So you have a lot of changes. And so to not have to do those change forms, it was really convenient to be able to go in the back end and make updates. We heavily promoted this passport through paid advertising and our social media channels, and then also our partner social media channels. And we actually just launched it a few days before Pride started. It was just a week long, and we got over 1,000 signups and 486 check-ins, which we were really excited about and proud of. And we think next year, once we kind of have more leeway and more time to get this off the ground, we'll see a lot more success. But I thought, launching a pass on a Thursday for a Pride that started on Saturday, over 1,000 check-ins was great. And I will say, like, one of the greatest advantages of working with Bandwango on these passports, it's really allowed us to form relationships with a lot of our community stakeholders, like Craft Beer Week organization and the Pride organization, and just kind of help supplement their efforts. And I think that those community relationships are really important. And this has been kind of a gateway for those conversations.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandy. Really exciting to see, and obviously not only all the passports you all have built over the years, but the fact that you're able to build and launch a Pride Pass like this within such a short amount of time before Pride, and then see results and success like this is really just exciting to see. So thank you for sharing those examples with everyone. So as we go through this, the goal today is really to show you the pass build process and have Brandy sort of walk us through that. Before we get into that, I want to just take a few minutes just to talk through high-level points in terms of Bandwango's Experience Builder. As some of you may know, some of you may not know, Bandwango's core mission as a business is to send 10 million people into the communities that we serve. Really happy to report we're nearing 5 million at this point, individual people that we've delivered into the nearly 500 communities that we work in. Historically, before we released this new Experience Builder product, the pass build process was quite arduous. It required a 45 to 90-day timeline. We had a project management system called Asana, which I'm sure our team and our customers had a very large love-hate relationship with. There were multiple meetings for planning and required to get these passes built, and there was just a lot of manual data entry required. With the release of the Bandwango's new Experience Builder, we're now seeing build processes significantly reducing down to 1 to 21 days. On the higher end of that 21 days is largely programs that require significant local business onboarding. But one example, a few weeks ago, we had a customer start a build on Friday afternoon, and they launched it live on their website on Sunday. And so we're really now starting to see that this platform is working to enable customers to build these passes. With the new system, as we're going to show you today, it is a self-guided pass building platform. We have templates and automation built in, and we're really trying to enable all of our customers to have more seamless pass management after your passes are launched. If I had to boil down the pass build process into 4 simple steps, step 1 is to choose a template. With the new system, we've introduced a handful of past templates. These are derived from our years of experience now of understanding the things that work and the things that don't work. And so within the system now, there are past templates for savings passes, for gamified trails, for paid attractions, paid tastings, for event tickets, and even for quizzes, which is a new feature we're going to talk about in a subsequent webinar. Step 2 is about adding your places into your pass. You can easily add new places via Google searches or manually create them. Or if you've used a location in the past on a previous pass, you can simply use one of those locations. Step 3 is about adding offers or inviting businesses to provide offers into your past programs. So again, you can easily use offers you have previously obtained for a pass that you've done in the past, and again, in a future webinar, we're going to be talking about our campaign platform that actually allows you to invite businesses into the Bandwango system to very quickly and easily provide offers for your passes. And then step 4 is about launching your pass. We're starting to make this very quick and easy, where you can get easy access to those embed codes to very quickly get this onto your website. So what we're really going to be focusing on today is the pass builder portion of Bandwango's Experience Builder. This is essentially the system that allows you to easily create and manage your passes in a really streamlined, guided way. So as I mentioned, this includes pass templates. You can quickly add locations to your pass within this pass builder. You can create or add existing inventory, coupons, tickets, things like that into your actual pass. Here, you'll be able to invite businesses to join and review their submissions. And this is also where you can customize your pass descriptions, your images, your FAQs. This is where you'll be able to configure the duration of your pass. If you're doing a gamified pass, this is where you'll be able to set up all the gamification and the prizes and the points that you want to award to your customers. And lastly, for paid passes, you can set up pricing tiers, and you can also now create custom categories for your passes that you're actually creating. So that being said, what we're now going to do is actually have Brandy. Brandy, we're going to put you on the spot a little bit. We're going to have Brandy actually share her screen and actually show us and walk us through a pass build that she's going to do live on the call with us today.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll first just log into my Bandwango platform, and I'll go to New Pass. And the type of pass we're going to do today is a savings pass. So it's going to be a free savings pass. So that's the first thing that pops up. Say we're going to do this around the holidays. So why don't we launch it? Like maybe the week before Thanksgiving, so people could take advantage of it when they're in town for the holidays over Thanksgiving. And we're going to call this the Winter Wonderland webinar pass. We'll just call it the Winter Wonderland pass, or savings passport. Okay, save. So now it's going to ask me about my pass, and so I have typed up a little description that I'll put in there. And then I need to add a header. So I'll go over here to add header. I have photo saved. I'm going to use this picture right here. And this allows me to, let's see, I'm going to click on that, hit select. And now I can, crop it as necessary. Looks good to me. I'll hit save. All right, so I have the first part of it done. It's named, I have a description of a photo. And so now I'm going to add a place. And Mo, did you want to say how we can add the place within the pass or in the global area?
Yeah, so within the Pass Builder, we've made it very easy for you to not only be able to create new locations on the fly, but also choose from existing locations that you might have used in the past. So in this example, Brandy has checked the box manual, and that could be for the case where maybe the place doesn't have a Google listing. Maybe it's a point of interest or a specific location in your destination that you're going to add. The manual option here allows you to type in a name, find a pin, and then fill in all the details of where this actual place is. Alternatively, you can also search for places on Google, which we'll show you in just a moment, or actually choose places that already exist in what we call your network. When I say your network, what we mean is locations that you might have worked with in the past that you've had in your passes previously. And so as Brandy goes through this, she's going to fill in the information here about this manual place she's entered. If we do a Google search, a lot of this information is actually already going to be filled in for you. So you wouldn't really need to fill in all of this information. But in this case, since you're doing a manual location, we're manually creating it through this step.
And I will say it's pretty intuitive. It just is kind of pretty obvious what the next step is. So like, you might, if you're a little intimidated by it or you don't feel like you have all the answers, I think you'll be surprised that once you get into the pass build that it kind of just tells you what to do. So I just added that location. I hit continue. And I would like to, wait, hold on. Oh, let's see. Maybe I have to go to.
Yeah, so in this case, because we added an existing, a new manual place, this is basically a new location in the system that didn't previously exist. So in this case, we wouldn't have any inventory pre-existing. So if you go ahead and just click on the new button on the right there, that's going to take you to the part of the platform where now you can actually create a new actual thing. So if you click on that new thing in the upper right-hand corner, and let's just choose a coupon in this case, because again, we created a manual place, we essentially added a brand new location into this system right now. And in a moment, we'll show you what it looks like to actually select an existing location. But if you just go ahead and choose that place, let's say Holiday Lights, or do you remember,
Yeah.
Brandy, which location you had that
Yeah,
you
it was the
created that
holiday
before?
lights. So we're attaching a coupon to the place that I just made. So I went in
Yep.
and it popped up there. And the coupon type we're going to do is a 10% off coupon. So they give you a bunch of options here. And as you go down, you'll put 10% coupon wizard. If you click that, that'll give you a couple of just ideas of how you can kind of format it. This says 10% off, and I'm going to say the discount name is admission. And you'll see above it right here, that's how it'll appear on the pass. It'll say 10% off admission. And then do I have any restrictions? Valid. Let's see. Oh, my description. I would just write 10% off admission and any restrictions. Let's say valid for up to 4 people. Okay. And then we'll keep going. It is not a repeat coupon. You can only use it once, so I'm not going to put that. And how to redeem, there's already like a template in here. And typically you would just, there's some options here, but this is an in-person coupon. This is already written in here, so I'm not going to change it. You can change this to anything you want. You're going to give it to the cashier. Why don't I just say you could do server, bartender, attendant, or custom. I'm going to do custom, and I'm actually just going to do cashier, the person at the admission desk. It already says present this screen to the cashier to redeem, and I'm going to hit save and preview. So this is going to show me what it's going to look like for the user. 10% off admission. This all makes sense to me. So I'm going to hit submit, and I'm going to hit save.
So now here we've now created an actual coupon. So if you click on that existing now over there, you're now going to see that coupon that you just created right already in this pass. Go ahead and click on add and save to pass. Is going to basically now add this actual coupon into your pass. And Brandy, let's take a step back as well. And let's go ahead and click on places to go on the left side navigation. And let's just go through the process of maybe adding something from your network. So in the upper right-hand corner, if you click on From My Network, and let's maybe search for another location that maybe you have a coupon for already. So let's go ahead and select that one and go ahead and add that one right into your pass. And now you're going to see below, we've now added something that already existed previously that you've used historically. Scroll down and just click on Save, and then we'll go back to the Things to Do page. So now in this case, if you click on Existing on the upper right-hand corner, you're actually going to see we already had a coupon that existed for US National. So now you can simply just select that and click on Add. And this is just a really quick way now that you can repurpose coupons that you previously had for your new passes.
Yeah, so for an example would be like we had a summer savings pass, and then we also have our savings pass that is for the meeting and convention attendees. So I was able to kind of reuse a lot of the same information without having to re-input it.
Absolutely. And so now the next steps are you can now start to customize different aspects of your pass. So on the left navigation, if you scroll down and click on FAQ, this is where you can actually customize the frequently asked questions that exists on your mobile pass. So we give you defaults for a variety of different pass types, but you can always add new FAQs, you can modify these FAQs, and these are the things that actually show up in your customer's mobile pass. Clicking on Save will take us to the next section, which is redemptions. what this basically means is you can customize the duration of your pass. We again give you defaults based on the pass type. What this basically means is when your customer signs up, in this case for your savings pass, you can define, is it active immediately and then it's valid for a full year after they first sign up. But then if you click on that drop down, you can even say it's only valid for a specific date range. So maybe if we're doing a Winter Wonderland pass that's only for a certain range, you can choose a specific range and then say it starts on November 25th and it ends on maybe January 1st or the end of December. So you have the flexibility now to craft different types of durations for your actual passes. And this one, we'll just go. I'm going to change this to keep it as active upon sign up. But then this final page allows you just to start to customize a little part of what it's actually going to look like on the actual card that we're actually going to show you just in a moment here as we go through the next steps. So I'm going to go ahead and just take over now and just show you a couple other features of the pass building process here. So Brandy, thank you so much. That was awesome to watch a customer go through this. I can tell you this has been, like, for me personally, years in the making to get ourselves to have a platform that's easy to use for our customers. So thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. So the last things I wanted to show here are categories. So the other thing we've introduced with this experience builder is the ability to customize categories on your actual passes. So as we're looking at this pass, you'll notice some of these say recommended. What that means is some of the places that Brandy added into her pass have categories that are actually, in this case, attractions. So we'll tell you if there are things that match a category that exists. And so let's just go ahead and click attractions. You'll notice that this location already was tied to that category, but also we can add the other location if we wanted to directly into this category. Now let's also say for this pass, you wanted to create a custom category that's just really specific to this actual pass. So let's just say,
Mo, can I pause real quick? I just wanted to
absolutely.
clarify the categories. I was a little confused by this, so others might be as well. But the categories are so that the people in your pass can sort by, like, maybe special events or breweries or restaurants, correct?
Yep,
So it's
absolutely. That is
not it's
absolutely
not the
correct.
category of the pass, it's more the category of the places within the pass.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. Thank you for clarifying that. So in this case also, let's just say maybe because it's a winter pass, we want to sort of say which locations have a winter wonderland theme. And so we might say, well, the Holiday Lights has a winter wonderland theme. And again, the deal here is to really be able to categorize the locations, the places on your pass to make it easier for your guests to filter the different locations that exist. So here we've now sort of created these different categories that exist right over here. And anytime in your pass build process, you can also go ahead and click on preview. So this is always going to show you the progress you're making on your pass and what it actually looks like. You can click through in this preview. You can look at everything. So as you're building it, you don't have to sort of build your passes in a black box and not really be able to see what it looks like. The preview right over here on the left navigation will easily allow you to check your progress and see what this actually looks like as you're going through it. So let's just say we built this Winter Wonderland Savings Pass. Obviously, there's only 2 locations here. There would probably be more. But let's just quickly now show you the process in which we can actually get this pass live onto your website. So that is done through a feature we call channels. So you can think of a channel as really a distribution channel. One channel might be your website. Another channel might be a third-party distribution, or perhaps you're working with a partner or a conference that comes to town, and you want to give them specific experiences that their guests can actually sign up for. So the really cool thing about our channels functionality is you can actually override a lot of the way these things look and feel on a channel-by-channel basis. So going back to that example of maybe it's a conference that's coming to town and you want to give them a show your badge and maybe an attractions pass, and maybe, Brandy, you want to offer that conference 10% off of their attractions pass, not only can you do all those things, but in that specific channel, you can actually override the logos, the add to home screen icons, the email header images, the color scheme for that specific channel. You can even override the messaging. The text message your guest receives upon sign up or purchase can be overridden per each individual channel. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and add in the Winter Wonderland Savings Pass we just created into this actual channel. In this channel, you can actually customize what it looks like on your website. So maybe here we want to say sign up for savings instead of the traditional sign up. You can even say winter fun and put a little fun tag on this and choose a little color for that. And you can add a learn more pop-up, which would actually show the customer all the locations in the actual pass. So we make it very easy now for you to customize what these look like on your website. Now that we've added this item or this pass into this channel, as some of you might be aware, the way you place Bandwango passes and cards onto your website is via these what we call embed codes. Traditionally, our team has had to actually send you a PDF of these instructions. We've now made these very easy to access directly from the platform. So if Brandy already has this code on the website, which they do, and they simply now wanted to add their new Winter Wonderland Savings Pass, this is the simple code that they would need to place on their website. As you're going through this, you can always preview what this is going to look like. So this is actually what the card would look like if Brandy placed it on the CRVA website. And here you can also actually go through and fully sign up for a pass just like a real customer. So this is where you can now actually go and see what this would look like if a customer actually signed up for the pass. So I'm going to click on complete order, and I'm actually going to share my phone so you can also see what this actually looks like if it's actually delivered to my phone. And my phone screen is just loading here. And I'm going to pause my screen sharing just so I can share my entire screen for this part of it. Let's go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so now going back to where I was just here, and now you all should see my phone on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and click on complete order. And in a moment on my phone, you're going to see a text message and an email appear. And that is actually going to allow me to receive the text message just like I would. And so you can actually see what this will look like for your customer before you put this actually live on your website. So as you can see, Brandy just went through. She built this Winter Wonderland pass. I added it to a channel, and I've now just gotten this Winter Wonderland Savings Passport delivered to my phone just like a customer would. So I know we went through a lot of information just now. This recording will be available on our website to review as well. And so first I want to thank Brandy for going through this with us, for being willing to actually share your screen and actually build a pass on the system. Really cool to see. I want to just highlight some upcoming product spotlights. We're going to be doing very regular, quick 30-minute product webinars moving forward. These are going to happen every Thursday for the next handful of weeks. And here's just a couple of the topics we're going to be talking about on the next handful of webinars. So social sharing is a new feature that we've now released that allows your pass holders to share their passes on social, on text message, and they can actually earn points if you have a gamified pass involved. We'll also be talking in the next webinar about QR code redemptions, a brand new way for your customers to check into your locations. Traditionally, that's been via GPS and PIN numbers. We've actually introduced a new QR code scan option for that. And then another webinar, we're actually going to be talking about a great new feature that's now been released, which is quizzes. So we've now released the ability for your check-in challenges to be check-in via answering quiz questions. We think there's really interesting opportunities there, one of which I'm very interested in, which is tourism ambassador programs, getting your ambassadors in market, having them answer quiz questions about the different locations, and earn points towards prizes. You'll see a QR code here on the right side that you can easily scan that will allow you to register for our Experience Builder webinar series. So with that being said, thank you so much for everyone for joining us today. Brandy, thank you again so much for being willing to do this with us, and we look forward to the next one.
Great. Thanks.